All right. Morning, everyone. It's Friday, June 2nd. Kids are still asleep, so I'm trying not to be too loud. I just got up myself. What's going on here? So we've had a strong push-up. It's come back down. MACDs and everything are leading lower below the zero line. You've had a pretty... These bars with the long bars and the closes at the bottom make me a little curious about looking for anything to the upside right now, although it's at the area. So it's just a wee bit confusing at this area for me at the moment. It's hit it again, it's leading a lot lower. Just need my coffee. So these long bars, closes at the bottom, roll, strong down. We're just going to be patient. I've been talking for like the last 20 minutes and I'm not recording. That's awesome. Definitely not awake. This was very, very tough to hold through. I talked through the whole situation and I wasn't recording. What a ding dong. I thought I was recording that whole time. Either one, I don't care. Anyway. I just asked my son to make me coffee because, yeah. I don't know how much. I don't even know what 10 ounces, please, yes. Wow. Sorry, guys. I really thought I was recording this whole time. Slept in until 8:15. It's fabulous. What are you watching, Bob?
It's a developer of a game talking about what he's planning to do with the game. And yeah.
Have you had breakfast?
Yes.
No, no soup for breakfast. Wow, I feel like a ding dong for not recording any of that. I don't even know when it stopped or when I stopped it. So just a recap of what might have been missed. We have a strong market going to the upside. We can see that by these 15-night or by the highest time frame EMAs wide and spread apart. It held out here for a long time, which was really, really tough to hold through. But it just made a floor. It had pulled back down to the zero line on the 610. It gave me every indication that it was going to continue up. After a strong trending market like we recently had, we're going to get major overruns of our zero line. When we see we've still got a ton of strength up, EMAs never actually closed to the downside here. They stayed open. So anticipations for it to continue up are absolutely correct. You can just set it aside. I'll take care of it in just a moment, okay, Bob?
I was just thinking of something.
That's fine. So not awake for the first day of summer. My son just made my coffee and his hot chocolate in the Keurig. I'm so hungry. I'm just going to move this down here because I'm going to step away for a moment. Just look at a few things before I step away. I want to wait just a moment to see if this is going to push back up so I can move my wrist 2 ticks behind here. Being at break even's a little too soon using this one little bar. If I move it 2 ticks behind there right now, it's sitting directly at the EMA. That could give us the next push back up. It did hit my 2-point target several times right here, or a couple of times, and did not take me out. MACDs aren't exactly what I would consider strong on your highest time frame, but that's because we had a giant drop down. But you have to understand, and why I move these around, sometimes you'll see me pulling these down because they'll look really out of whack. They'll look something like this. What's happening is it's keeping your highest and lowest in view. So whenever that happens and you have more of those highest and lowest in views, it kind of gives a skewed look. When I pull it down like this, it gives me a better idea of what I'm looking for. Yes, I thought I did draw a line up there. I did it whenever I thought that I was, recording. Sorry guys, that feels silly. That's how not being quite awake makes things happen. Yes, just so you know, this was really tough to hold through. Watching all this, being below the zero line, just realizing this is still inching its way up. So I did my best to not let it, quote unquote, scare me, but it was tough. Let's watch this push up. And then my wrist will go right here. I'd like to say I move it to a break even, but this is an area that held up quite a bit, so it could easily, which it kind of did right here, it could easily pull back in. I don't want to grab that one. Let's grab this line. It did. It broke apart and came right back to it. Yeah. Broke up from it, pulled right back into this line that just held. And the reason I moved this up is this did a strong push. I don't anticipate it ending right there. I might move it back just towards my 2 points, let it take out that 2 points, and then run for the next one. This is going to go further than that, huh? Definitely can move 2 ticks behind here now. Puts me with a little bit of profit if it pulls down. Pushing up. Hit it again, right? Doesn't take me out. Step away for a moment. Thank you for the coffee, Bubba. So thank you for the coffee. You good to you, Mama. Now, if this goes as far as we would like it to, it would end up all the way up here. Now, do I believe that's going to happen? It definitely could. Am I going to hold for all that? Probably not. Coffee. I feel so silly still for pausing the recording. I was talking to my son and completely forgot to restart it. Look at this. Fix this back. I don't need that much showing. So you can really see what it's doing. It's pushing up with some strength here. I'm going to go 2 ticks behind here, but I'm not ready just yet. Come on, Poopsie. Hi, bunches. Alright. Let's just watch this creep up. She's coming. Lord have mercy, could this creep up any slower? want to move up behind these two bars here, but what's my thought process is, that's the 610, and it's creating all these quick little floors, and so being right behind that seems a little aggressive. Now this is creeping up, so it's pushing up hard on the higher time frames. I have these lines drawn on the 4181 because I've noticed where the 50% level is where it kind of struggles. So, once it struggles passing that 50% area, oop, I want to pay attention really quick. And so here we are pulling up into that area again. MACD is leaving a ton lower than prior, although we know that, as I was just saying, we've had a strong trending market. We've had lots of divergences. A lot of them have broken. So we anticipate that happening plenty of times, with it getting back below things and looking like it's struggling to push up. What I'm seeing here is this pullback, very weak retracement so far in the MACDs. This is what it kind of looked like as a false sense of a push down, so it spreads apart here, but the next BB does not push down the same like this one. So a lot of times it's just like a big gap. I see this happen quite often. A big gap, the next BB doesn't push down, turns around. So if that does happen like that and it starts to roll up, I'm definitely moving 2 ticks behind here, which I may do anyways because it's starting to push down and just lock in a little bit of profit. The next BBs didn't turn like I had anticipated. Look at one more thing off of this chart. Okay. There we go. Now the next BB is doing it. You gotta wait for it to count down, right? Perfect. Nice sharp angle to the upside after that little bit of a push down. These are really just kind of slow and rolling. Let's move it back this way so we can get a little bit better look at it. That pull down's nice. Let's see it push past this BB. Okay. Like how each one of these is like stair-stepping up, but it's a lot of work for them to get up there. MACDs are pushing up pretty hard. Let's watch this carefully now. Still pushing up. I'm going to manage the exit. There's a ton of strength coming up on your higher time frames, so I'm going to trust that. It's reaching an area. You've got a reversal bar happening on your 610. You haven't had like that strong, oh, there we go. Is this that false sense of push up like I was just talking about? I'm going to move right behind this area. Just push up into here. Still angled up on those MACDs, and nice push. All right. Starting to slow and roll on your 610, a little bit on your 1597. Could be just our next area to move the risk. Little tiny bar for a strong push up on your 1597. Let's let it at least give a little bit of divergence on one of these time frames. Get a nice little floor on your 1597. What I'm not looking at is it's pulling away and these are struggling a little bit, I think. Just going to give this just another second or two. Actually, what I'm going to do is lock in. There we go. Still a ton of strength up on your highest time frame. Not really pushing up on your 610. I'm going to go ahead and take that exit. It could go up from here. I'm fine with that. It was getting in close to that 61% area. This may be a good place for it to continue up, but once the price didn't push up, the MACDs didn't push up any further here, and I see that they're really pulling away from your 1597 EMAs, which is it could really snap back at that time. So that is going to be it for me today. It's 10 a.m. It's the first day of summer for my kiddos. So we're going to call it a day. First one. So first one was plus 2 1/4. Second one was plus 4 points. And I made this font a lot smaller when I'm doing some studying. It would have taken my stop out here, by the way. I made my font a lot smaller so when I'm studying that my notes are easier to read for me. All right. I don't know where it's going. Oh, there it is. Huh. It's funny having these on two screens. No, baby, not for breakfast. Go have one of those. I have a feeling the summer videos are going to be have a lot of pauses while there's a lot of conversations going on. Anyways, the MACDs were leading up here a little bit. It was pulling down and rolling off the zero line. I was seeing more and more entry opportunities. Every single one of these was, you know, hey, we could get in on any of these right here. There was even another opportunity here if you missed it. There was another one right in here if you missed it. Let's see. Right at this point. And my exit, I feel like it was a little strained in taking my exit. We got the reversal bar, took the next one. Did I anticipate it to continue up? Abso-freaking-lutely, but I wasn't willing to hold through any kind of pullback, possibly even to this area. My risk was 2 ticks behind here, which would have definitely been stopped out right at this point. So, you know, and moving my risk up to 2 ticks behind this area should not happen until I close past this point right here. But I'm good. I just wasn't willing to wait any longer. So that wraps it up for today. I've been writing out some rules that kind of go along with paying attention to the strength of the EMAs on the highest time frame. Not super concerned with the EMAs on the 610, but paying attention to what the EMAs are telling us on the 1597. So there's a rundown, guys. And the way that we want to look at this is there are, you know, the EMAs, the MACDs. So I guess we would really start with the areas first. What are the areas that we could possibly trade from? And that will be areas that created a bounce. So first we're going to start with areas. What are the areas that can create a bounce? And so that's your EMAs and the areas like the fib areas that it's bounced off before. Next is what are the MACDs saying about that area? What are the EMAs looking like at that area? And finally, what are the bars telling us at that area? So there's 4 things that you really want to keep in focus at all times. So it's going to be areas, EMAs, MACDs, and bars. So that's kind of the rundown of what we're looking for in the way of trade setups. So that's going to end for my Friday, June. It's June 2nd. All right. Do I anticipate this to continue up? Yes, I do. I can't express it anymore. I mean, we do have major potential for divergence happening between these areas, but there's a lot of strength up, and there's lots of room to run back up to here. And we're going to have divergences as we have a strong trending market. So, hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you soon.